Well, a very good evening to you and yours, and welcome to it. It's another exciting and insightful episode of Football on 216. My name is Itumeleng Khosikgadiagabanda. So excited to be your host today because it's not just any day. It's the 16th of June, which means that it's Youth Day. And what does that mean? It means that we pay tribute to the courage of yesterday, but also look forward to the promises that truly lie within the future. And what better way to do it than to invest into the future, celebrate the future, and also plow into the future through development football. As you know, right here on Football on 216, we are the home of all things development football. We like to say from grassroots to glory, and that's certainly what we're doing today. It's my absolute pleasure today to introduce you to the guests that we have. We've mixed things around just a little bit here. We're getting straight into the conversations because there's so much to do, but there's so little time. But best believe that we're going to have an amazing time. You want to make sure that you keep it locked on SABC Plus as well as Channel 216 and use that hashtag, the only one that matters, hashtag Football on 216. Now, I just say that I'm excited about the guests that we have in studio today. Why am I excited? But this is because this is one of the greatest that we have when it comes to the African continent. He has won everything when it comes to South African football, and because he's just that good, he's gone on to conquer the rest of Africa. And surely, but very soon, I believe that we're also going to be crossing borders, crossing countries, and crossing the continent. Well, who am I talking about? I'm talking about Dr. PITSO Mosimane. It's not just him. He's decided to invest into South African football. And I believe that this is the best way. We'll find out from him as to why, because we're talking all things about the PITSO Mosimane youth football, yeah? And there's so much to talk about as far as that. He's not riding solo. He came squad deep. He came with kids who play at the clubs. And also he brought along coaches. So let's dive straight into the conversations. Coach, it's an absolute honor. Good evening.
It's a pleasure, and thanks for inviting us, especially on the Youth Day. Thanks for we are humbled. Thank you.
We're excited to have you. You're rolling squad deep, and it makes me happy to see a young woman being the rose amongst the thorns. Just for those who don't know at home, can you please just introduce your team to us?
Well, we've got Little Ntando here. She's a star. She represents the ladies. She plays with the boys.
Yes.
And we've got the bright one, up and coming, potential. And I've got my big coach who's been with us for the last 2 years, over here also, supporting us on the program. So I just want to leave it to them to say what they have to say, so that I don't lead everything.
So that you certainly don't lead everything. Good evening to all of you. We're excited to have you here. Coach, I mean, let's start with you. It's the 16th of June. As Coach said, that it's Youth Day, and it's a momentous occasion to be here on this specific day. What does it mean to be investing into youth football as a young coach yourself, and today being Youth Day?
Yeah, it means a lot to be contributing to youth football. As we all know that the youth of yesterday, they advocated for the youth to contribute to the success of the country. And we are working towards that, and we are privileged, and we thank them for what they've done.
Yeah. We certainly do, and we thank those who come before us, even those who are living, Coach, and that comes to you, because you've decided with all the experience and all your expertise that you've gathered along the years, you've come back to South Africa, and we have the PITSO Mosimane youth football. For those who do not understand this institution, that's what I like to call it.
Yeah.
Would you break it down, please?
Yeah, look, I think maybe the why before the whole program. The why is, you know, you and me know that youth football in South Africa needs more support, more help. Yes, we have to, okay, I'm a little bit jealous when I see how the Bokeh has conquered the world, and we're saying to football, how can we also football come to that level? Okay, it might not come to the same level, but what can we do at the moment? With our youth football, national youth football, we're doing exceptionally well. Even Bafana is doing well. We are at the right time, but we should not forget that at one stage we're at the same, even at a higher level than this one. with Bafana during our generations who won the Cup of Nations. But we forgot to invest in the youth, in the foundation, in the next coming foundation. Why we had such a big gap. When are we winning the next Cup of Nations? Even with our club football, why we take so long to win it again and again. So there's only one thing: we should stop complaining and stop being jealous of the bokeh, and start to say to ourselves, what do we have to do to improve? So then I said to myself, instead of complaining, what's your contribution? So I said, okay, the future is on the youth football. That's where we come from. That's where everybody comes from. You can't have top players without the youth. So then I decided that I should contribute and give back by contributing to the youth, because without the youth you cannot have stars. So then I decided that where is the youth? The youth is playing football where? The schools. So we started the schools before we go to clubs, because we started the schools, because at school you miss nobody. All the children are at school. So unlike the clubs, to be honest. So then we started PITSO Mosimane soccer schools. That's where we are involved with schools, and thanks to Curo schools to give us an opportunity to be in their schools. We started with 2 schools at Curo. Now we have 18 schools. I think you can see the pictures that shows where we started with the coaches and now how many we have. So we went to the schools and did physical education in the schools, and we did football in the schools, because physical education is very, and by the way, it is also a subject at school.
PE.
PE.
Are those PE or PT?
PE. Yes, it's a subject.
Yes.
So we do that also with the schools, because we're saying to the teachers they can focus on mathematics, and we can focus on the physical side of the well-being of a child, because healthy mind, healthy body, healthy mind. And by the way, children like to play.
Yes.
Let's energize them at the schools. It's not all about academics. They want to play. When I was a child, I liked to play. At break, we were chasing each other and all that. So then we put the program in the schools. And we started with a pilot of 2 schools, and now we do 18 schools in Curo. And I think you know how many schools Curo has. So the future is bright. So we did that, and then we said, okay, what else can we do in football that needs to be developed? So holistically, if you look at football, then I said, okay, we need to do coaching clinics. When these children are not at school, on holidays, what do? We do coaching clinics, and those are the ones who are coming now when the school holidays. So we're bringing children, we teach the technical side, we teach the tactical side. We don't forget the life skills side, because children must know respect and must respect their teammates. Then we are going to do that, and we make sure that they are happy, and the coaches must have their workbooks on coaching clinics. It's not all about kicking the game. It's what did you learn when your child comes? What did you learn at the clinics? Oh, I learned about respect. I learned about discipline, because football puts discipline. So then we have coaching clinics to support the program of these children when they are outside.
Yes.
But we say they also want to play football in the local football federations.
Yes.
So we started then PITSO Mosimane football clubs, so that they have opportunity to play with other children. They can play with Highlands Park, they can play with the Rangers Football Club. Then they play there. And then lastly, we're doing football education. So what is the football education? That's where we develop the coaches. The coach is a product of that. We get CAF D-licensed coaches. We put them through, all the coaches in the program are CAF qualified coaches, all of them, and all. And then we also give them the inductions of how they should do PE in the schools, how they should run training, how you coach the under 6. It's not the same as how you coach the under 9.
Yes.
It's not the same as how you coach the under 12. It's not the coach how you coach the under 15. Long-term player development, age-specific, age-appropriate training. So we put our coaches through that inductions. We teach them, and that's our coaching education. And what's coming on the coaching education now is our coach manual. You will see we will be having our own manual that is aligned to the world, aligned to what is done in the world. So we are coming with that education program also. You will see it very soon. So that is what is under the umbrella of PITSO MOSIMANE, youth football, all those four programs. I'll remind you if you forget
and
them.
You'll understand why I say it's an institution, right? But one thing that you said that stood out also is that kids want to play. You played. Lihle, let's talk about you. I am so jealous because I feel like the coach is also like your dad, right? Let's talk about you being part of this initiative. How does it make you feel?
It's a good soccer team. What is this? I learn more and more every day. Like, I come to practice a lot and like play the matches. My coach teaches me more and all of that stuff.
Yeah. And I think one would be interested because coach did say that you play with the boys. Let me know as to how it's like when you're in that environment.
It's fine. It's not pretty different from playing with other people. Like, it's not different for me.
It's not.
No.
She's got the quality.
She's got the quality. Coach, and this becomes very interesting, right? Because as coach said, that how then you would coach an under 6 and under 8 and under 11 is not the same.
Yes.
We're dealing now with a young girl,
Yes.
right? And I believe that you don't just focus on kicking the ball. It's also the strengthening and the conditioning of these players. How then would her training align to her age, but also to the fact that she is a young woman?
Okay, yeah, with Lihle, fortunately, at under 11, we don't do a lot of physical training. So I think it accommodates her. She's not struggling that much. So we do a lot of technique there, which we don't do a lot of running. So she's on the safe side, well managed.
Interesting. And Dando, you also another one, a bright star that gets to play within a club that many people want to play with. What position do you play? Let's start there.
I play left wing.
You play left wing. So you're pretty fast, right? Let's talk about the things that you've learned at the club.
I learned a lot about discipline, and like you have to be disciplined when you're playing in the matches and in real life. So like the coaches help us not only to play football, but with real life situations.
Coach, how does this then make you feel? Because you did touch on the life skills. So if you have someone who's under the age of 13, who's already saying that it helps me even off the pitch, what does this say about the work that you're doing?
Football player is the factors of performance of a football player. It's the physical side,
Yes.
which is the running, the speed, the strength. But there's also the technical side, which is the dribbling, the technique, how you control the ball, your first touch, and all that. And then you go the tactical side, where they need to know how they position themselves on the pitch, whether it's a small-sided game, so 5v5 or 6v6 or 8v8, because it's age-appropriate training. Remember, the 6-year-olds can never play on a big pitch. Then we are not doing the right thing.
Yes.
So how you position yourself, understanding the space, understanding where you need to be when you have the ball, understanding where you need to be when you don't have the ball.
Yes.
That's the tactical side. But we also make sure that the psychological part is there. They must know that to win, you must work hard.
Yeah.
If you don't work hard, you can lose the match.
Yes.
So they must know that, and also the mental side, that they must know that no pain, no gain, right? And they must also feel to lose. You know, to lose sometimes is good because you lose, you feel the pain. Then you know that I don't like this pain anymore. So what do I have to do to win. We must work more harder. You must be disciplined. She spoke about discipline, where to be on the pitch. And it's not on the pitch only. It's also outside the pitch. How you respect your teammates, how you respect your coach, we take that to home. Also respect, remember? So we develop we call it the player of tomorrow. That's the slogan.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, creating a player of tomorrow. A player of tomorrow has to be mentally, physically, social life skills developed, and all those facets that creates a player of tomorrow. Don't forget the academics.
Yes.
That's why the logo, soccer schools.
Yes.
School is important. You cannot separate
The two.
the two. And the biggest mistake that we forget is that whether you are throwing the ball, whether it's a rugby, whether you are swimming or a swimmer, whether you are a runner or cricket, or you catch, you need to have done those elementary locomotions, the physical side. I'm not talking football. I'm talking how you prepare a child to balance as he's running, the coordination. He has to jump, the hopping, and all that. So we prepare, that's the foundation. Before you read, you need to know your alphabets, né?
Yes.
ABCDs.
And you must know your
the vowels and everything.
Yes.
Then we say our children cannot read. No, not to say. You have to teach them that first.
Yeah.
So we have to make sure that during their warm-ups, they coordinate, they change the directions, the agility side. So you see now where the physical education comes. You need to balance it. We know how to shoot the ball. But when you are off balance, the coaches will tell you, your ball will go left, right, or up. So get the body right, get the body balanced, and don't forget the nutrition. What do you need to eat?
What you put into the body.
Yeah.
I want to know from you guys, obviously, who do you look up to? Obviously, Coach did say that when Banyana does well, that benefits women's football. Who then do you look up to when it comes to football?
I look up to Refilwe James.
Yeah?
She's a really good player. Like, I want to know how to play like her more. So I want to learn from her.
And you'd love to play in Serie A as well, right? This is what we want, dare to dream. Ntando?
Like, can it be international also?
Yeah.
I would say Cristiano Ronaldo because of his mindset.
What about his mindset?
Like, for example, there's a time when he said if he misses a penalty, he'll still take it again because of his confidence. Like, he has a great mindset.
Yeah. That tells me that you're very confident yourself. I love it. Coach, just before we go to an ad break, I want to know from you as to how then with everything that you get to learn, you're under the tutelage of one of the best in Africa. But then how then do you also remember that you are Coach Chris? Yes, we need to copy, but obviously you also need to do what it is that would work for you as well.
Yeah, it's a bit difficult, but obviously you must have someone that you look up to, which obviously we look up to Coach PITSO. You know what he has done for football. So yeah, I always remember that I have to be me first, but at the same time I look up to him. And when you look up to people like Coach PITSO who has done well in football, you work extra hard. So yeah, I keep myself humble and always try to learn as much as possible so that I can reach his standards, which I know is tough. It's a tough thing.
It's attainable. If he could do it, we can all do it.
Yes, yeah. So we are looking up to him. Yeah, but it's possible.
Yeah. I love that. I want you at home to go absolutely nowhere. Today, if anything that you're going to be taking is so many nuggets. So if you do have a pen and paper, or possibly you do have your phone here, do tweet us what it is that you think and anything that you're learning at this moment in time. Use that hashtag. The only one that matters is hashtag football on 216. We'll see you on the other side of this. Welcome back. You're still watching Football on 216, and today is a Youth Day special edition, and this is where we're talking all things about the PITSO Mosimane youth football. It is an institution. There's so much that goes into it. There's the soccer schools, there's the clinics, there is so much. It's not just that. There's 4 pillars. What is the other 2 that I forgot, Coach?
Coach education.
The coaching education.
And the academy.
clinics.
And the clinics.
Yeah.
Yeah? And we managed to shuffle the pack because we want to introduce you and give you just a glimpse as to what's happening behind the scenes, things that you're not exposed to. We shuffled the pack now, Coach. We now have Coach Mustafa. We have Rikus, who plays for the under-15s at Boksburg. You're also a goalkeeper.
Yes, ma'am.
That is exciting.
Very much so. Very exhilarating and scary sometimes.
Yeah.
He's brave, this one.
He is very brave because I want to know that is a position where it's a solitude position, right? Everyone blames you if things don't go right. And when things go right, everyone then celebrates you.
It's pretty much like that in most games. But it depends because it's not just on me sometimes.
Yeah.
Because it's the whole team.
Yeah,
Because like at best, sometimes if I don't make the save, I do get blamed. And I have to take that responsibility myself. So,
Yeah, also building accountable people in society. But it's not just Ricketts. We also have an under-13 player. He is so adorable. His name is Liam. Hello, Liam.
Hello.
How are you?
Good.
Good, thank you. What position do you play?
I play striker.
You are a striker. And your favorite striker?
Darwin Nunes.
Oh, why Nunes?
He holds the ball a lot. He dribbles very nice.
Yes.
Yeah, he's just like, for me, he's the best player.
He's the
That's what
best
I-
player. Oh, absolutely love that. So I'm going to come back to you, Coach Mustafa, because one thing about you is as much as you are a coach, you're also involved in officiating.
Yeah, that's correct.
Let's talk about how then the club allows you to explore the different avenues of the game and also giving you the education behind each element.
I will really start by saying I'm grateful for the opportunity. Coming all the way from Nigeria to work under the guidance of, the best coach that has ever come out of the continent. It's a privilege for me. As he has said, the program is so wide, and it involves four different sections, like you said. And being able to be a coach and officiate and guide these guys, it's been a big privilege for me. So I'm grateful.
It sounds nice when you have all the accolades. But we know that coach is big on education.
Yes.
How hectic is it?
It's a whole lot of things. We've got a whole lot of education with us. We go for coaching clinics, we go for workshops, we have a coaching manual. I always say to the boys, we go to school too. It's difficult sitting in front of Coach PITSO. We have to teach you everything, and we've got the right guidance, and so it's really great. I'm humbled to be here.
Coach, it's exciting that we're not just developing players, we're developing coaches, we have referees, and I'm sure there's more behind the scenes that you're doing that we may not know, because football is an umbrella in itself.
Yeah, you see, we're going back to what we said. There's so much to do in football, especially in youth football, because that's the foundation. So we allow the coaches to be referees. One of the coaches is also a commentator on tournaments we have. It's unbelievable. So we have to make sure that there's a vibe, these things, it's happiness inside. We are youth football. We are not professional football. We are not about winning. We are about developing them. We are developing a player of tomorrow. Did you hear what he said? He's talking about responsibility that he takes as a goalkeeper and relying on the last line of defense. So we're not saying all the children will be the Nunes that he says he wants to, but we want him to get the full benefits of playing football and being able to, in future, to be able to get the academics out of football. Being able to stand up for himself amongst his peers, to be confident and know what it takes to win a match, what it takes, what does football want, what do you need in football, to know the nutritional side of it, to know everything around football. Let's develop a holistic player. He's a player of tomorrow.
Yes.
It's not about, there's this tournament, did we win? What was the score? Of course we want to win. Of course the score is important, but it's not as important as developing a player, because if we start if I start putting pressure on my coaches, what was the score?
You're losing the plot.
I'm losing the plot. Because we are saying to these children, You can't express yourself. You can't even have a chance. We don't even give you a space to make a mistake. No, they must learn. Youth football is about learning. When we talk about play to win, now it's 18 years, 17, 18, now results starts to be important.
Yeah.
But not at this age. Because if they start being afraid to make mistakes, if they start, they won't dribble. They won't be able to take risks. When are you going to take the risks?
Yeah.
You must do them now.
Yeah.
You know? Then we also try and speak to the parents to say, please, when they lose, let's not bash them in the car and say, what happened today? Oh, you didn't win. We're useless. No, we don't have words like that. We say what we have to do better. What happened? Why we did not win? What can we do next time to change the situation? Because you cannot win all the games. You know how many games I've lost? I've lost so many cup finals, right? So imagine we put so much stress and pressure on the coaches to say, did you win? No, it's not about winning. It's about, we judge our coaches by if children are coming back, if children are happy at the training session. If my children don't run to the coach, there's a problem. It means the coach is tough, the coach is not happy with them, the coach is not nice to them.
Yeah.
So they know the basics are to teach the children all these factors of performance. And by the way, the talent will give direction. Not all the children in school are going to get distinctions.
No.
Right?
No.
So why do we put that in football?
You know, one thing that's also exciting, which is we always complain about game time. And one thing that you've done is PMFC then gets to play up against each other in the different regions. I wanted to talk to you, Rikas, and let me know as to how difficult then it is, because Boxbird really does dominate, but how then, who would you say is your biggest competitor? Even though it's not about the results, but when you play with them, it's just like, this is one that's really a bit hard.
Like out of the other PMFCs?
Yeah.
There's many, the Midrand, Roodepoort. They're all very good, but especially the Midrand. They all seem confident and strong and fast, not scared to take the risks.
Yeah.
Last year, I think, Coach, am I right, that Mamelodi was sweeping everything almost.
Yeah.
But it was highly contested.
Yeah.
Yes, it's so beautiful.
It is.
To watch them. You know how it breaks my heart when I see them losing cup finals and crying and all that. You know how humbling is that?
Yeah.
Is that now, okay, if it's that painful, what do we have to do next time to win?
Liam, because when you guys play football, you get to make new friends. Let's talk about the brotherhood and just the family members that you've made outside of your own family, but when it comes to PMFC.
I've made lots of new friends. Like in PMFC, there's so many boys that I've met.
Yeah.
And there's so many boys that are new in the team. And we're supposed to make them feel like they're at home.
Yeah. And Coach also spoke about the fact that we are creating good people in society, which means that there's certain principles and values that take place at the club that better you as a person. How would you say you have changed ever since you've joined the club?
Lots of ways.
Yeah.
I don't even know where to start.
It's a lot. It's a mouthful, hey? Rikas, same question?
Yeah, it's changed me as a person completely.
Yeah.
It made me more confident, more easygoing than, because when I was younger, I always would like to fight and I was stubborn.
Yeah.
Now I just agree and I go with it, and I'm just confident and proud for who I have become.
Yeah.
It's made me more calm and more trustworthy being a part of this club.
Coach, you work with such responsible young men, right? And this makes me happy because we know the issues that exist within South Africa. Yeah. But also, how then is it hard for you or is it easy when it comes to getting them and still encouraging them to stay focused in school as well? Because yes, football we love, but as Coach said, you can't separate the two.
I always tell them, if I get a call from your parent that you fail school or you miss school because of soccer, I'm going to make you miss soccer too. So we advise them that soccer and school can go hand in hand, and it's very possible for you to be successful in both. But as they have said, we're creating the player of tomorrow, and the player of tomorrow embodies a whole lot of things. So it's not just about what they do on the soccer pitch, but also outside. So we really had on them to be responsible kids out there and to represent the badge so well.
Coach, as someone who has been an outsider in other countries, how important is it for you to create this institution that really is just holistically about football? Because that's a universal language.
I looked at myself where I come from. And I've got a youngster who's playing football. It's a 14-year-old. And we also measure him also of what challenges he has and where is he good at, where is he lacking. So we have somebody in the house that measures what we do in the football program. So it is so important that we know that before you shoot or hit or jump or what, you need to have the balance, you need to have the human, the physiology, the right basic movements. When you want your child, a player to shoot, when you want the player to change direction, you've got to do those agility, basic movements, so that when he comes to the football, he has the basics. She's got or he's got the basics. So we have to start there, not start only with the football. So the coaches know that all those movements, there are general movements, there are football movements, there are football-specific movements. So now I'm going deeper. I don't want to make this thing different, okay? So there are those movements. General movement is just running, coming, left, right, agility, and all that, okay? There are football movements, that is you run with the ball. There are football-specific movements where you shoot at goals, you know how to position yourself. Those are football-specific movements. But to make it more easier and simpler, not to confuse anybody, is that there is the basics, levels of basics. You need to, before you walk, you need to crawl. Before you crawl, before you run, you need to walk. And then as you run, you need to have your balance. And then as you run, there's agility there, because football is not cyclic, it's acyclic. We change the movements. So the coaches know that if you want to create a player that can dribble, that can run, you need to give him the basics, like ABs. The academics, simple. You need to know your alphabets. They teach you the sizes, the shapes, and colors. That's grade 1 or grade R. So why in football we take a curriculum of grade 3, we put it on grade 1 children, and then we say children are not clever at school. No, but you're giving them the wrong curriculum. So in football, we should also go with them. Don't worry too much about winning, and don't worry too much about the talent. The talented ones always pop up, right? But give them the proper basics. All the children need to learn to know how to read at school academically, right? Don't worry about the A students, and they will all come up. There's always those ones. But we have a responsibility to teach children at school. We have a responsibility to teach children in football. And where can we see that? Look at rugby. They've got the right programs. They've got the right programs at school. That's why we conquer the world.
Coach, there's so much I could ask you. Because then, just quickly though, would you say that in South Africa, we're doing development the right way?
We are not that bad.
Okay.
We are not that bad.
Okay.
We just need to be aligned, and we need to strengthen the programs, and we need to do what the world is doing. So when I formed this program, I say to myself, what does the world do?
Yeah?
Because I've played football in Europe. I've played for Bafana. I've played...
You've coached Bafana as well. What a flex.
Yes, and I've done any competition that a football coach in Africa wants to win. And not to try and blow my trumpet, but I've won everything that any coach in Africa will want to do. There's nothing left. So what do I have to do? I must give back.
Yeah.
I must give back because I'll die with the information. So because I must tell them why I could not be at the highest that I could want or what are the failures and what were the success out of it. So I have the responsibility to give the information, and that is why I'm back in my country, to give the information, and that's why I'm here. I want to tell a coach what is it and how to win the world, the Champions League.
Yes.
And not once, repeatedly.
Yes.
And how do you, this Club World Cup going on? We've got the bronze medals too out of that. It means you must be the third team out of the whole thing. How do you do that? What are the challenges?
Can I throw in one as well? How to score in your debut for Bafana. And that's what we're going to do with you guys.
So I want to share the information. You know, we need to share the information. And my country is good. We are at the right level with the national teams, even the girls. We are doing exceptionally well. But we need to get... The Bokke is doing it repeatedly. Let's not do it once. Once more than,
Yeah. Boys, I just want to know from you guys, I know you came with your parents, and let's just talk about the support structure that you get from your parents. What would you say, what would you like to say to your parents for the support that they're giving you?
I don't even know. They give me so much support. It's just out of this world. It's astonishing. From both sides of my family. It's just amazing, and I can't even describe it.
Yeah. Liam?
Just thank you a lot.
Oh.
And I love you. That's all.
Yeah. And finally, Coach, I just want to know from you. Obviously, I envy you right now, right? Because I would like to travel and feel included and do what I love in another country. Just the platform that it's opened up, right? The inclusivity and how welcome you feel.
100%, I won't lie. It's my second year in the program. I feel at home.
Yeah.
There's nowhere else I'd rather be.
Nigeria was never ready. You see, now you're giving Nigeria a menu. That's African football for you.
We are Pan-African, and South Africa has more to offer to sports, never mind football. To sports. South Africa is top. I mean, cricket just conquered the world now.
Yes.
Right?
Oh, yes.
So we have a lot in South Africa.
Yeah, we've got so much to do, right? It is the Proteas that we're so proud of. It is the Springboks that we're so proud of. And as Coach says, Bafana needs to win, but we need to start grassroots in order for us to get the sponsors in, but also to grow this beautiful thing that we love, that is round, and we call it football. Go absolutely nowhere. Let's see if I can convince Coach to stay. In the last segment, I'm going to shuffle the pack, and we're talking all things the Gauteng Development League. Good evening, welcome back. You're still watching Football on 216, talking all things development football. And as you know what? When you have greatness, you gotta keep greatness. And because I love my boys that much, I decided to rub off some greatness. Super subs is what they are tonight. Orapeleng Mkhaki as well as Lebogang Mahum and Tanako Maweza. Gents, good evening. Yeah, you can say hello. It's fine. It's just Coach.
Wa itse ke Mantaga youth day coach ra go amogela mo ntlong ya rona re kopana ko mabaleng ka metlha bat ka jeko one of the difficult sitting that I have to do because of the greatness e leng ka mo studio today, so we welcome you, coach.
Thanks for the invite, guys. I'm humbled.
Coach, I get to the ring. It's again starstruck. I get to the ring. Fela le ke mantse fela ra go leboga gore o disetile go tla kwano tle go nna le rona re go botse dipotsa. I mean, it's an honor to sit next to such greatness. Yo.
Let's go. I got you. We're talking all things the Gauteng Development League yesterday. All the action, and we made the stop at the Eskom Megawatt Park. It was a Tshwane derby. Mamelodi Sundowns as well as SuperSport United going head-to-head in all the divisions, right? But it was the under-17s that ruined the party as they played it out to a 1-0 draw. But Mamelodi Sundowns in most of the games, actually the rest of the games, left smiling with points in the bag. Tshwane derby, always exciting. Coach, you look at the Tshwane derby at development level. How exciting.
Yeah, it's also good to see how SuperSport came from with the youth programs, and I like also the program of SuperSport because they are convincing. Also, to be honest, they know, you can see that the development has been around. Of course, Mamelodi Sundowns are stronger, and we must also give opportunity to SuperSport United, because, you know, Mamelodi Sundowns gets from the whole country, from the scouting. They have anybody from everywhere in the country. And SuperSport, it's a little bit regional, let's be honest. So you cannot really be harsh on SuperSport, but also shows the power of Sundowns.
Yeah.
That the quality is there, they are good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, the Tshwane Derby was like the days of in the Premier League when
Yes.
when you used to have the Tshwane Derbies. Also they were hard, because I had a fortunate opportunity to work for both teams and played against each other on one side and the other side. So the Tshwane Derbies have always been big games, and it's rubbing off to the youth also. It's nice. It's beautiful.
Yeah, absolutely beautiful. He spoke about the competitiveness. Gents, you were there commentating. Let's talk about the hunger from the young ones when it comes to that age.
Sure, I don't know, kere SuperSport ba tlile ba sa ipaakanya, but always highly derby. A ke nagana hore Makawana ba tlhoka motivation. Any derby game, it's a motivation to a soccer player. So I think maybe the game plan, execution, the tactics for that day, in a bit. But what's interesting, under 19, go under 19, because I had a chance to give a little melon after the game, because I saw the change on his lineup. Normally he'll play Mkijima in the middle, but he took Mkijima and Marco Kolesite. Then I asked him, could Kibona a difference? Would you think this works against you? The way he read the game, the way he watched Sundown play, Sundown, they'll come on the side. Mkijima is a very intelligent defender, so he wanted him to go stop on the side. But then, I think Sundowns, nabali heavy for Mpoteu. Only leading mistake just defensive errors. The game plan was working, but just defensive errors. But I think that's funny, Derby. We can't wait for the second leg.
Yeah.
Under 14 in the first half, we won about not. So we saw SuperSport Nileka Humecha, Mamelodi Sundowns keeping the ball. It was so nice. I mean, why is Makawanala?
If you've got the ball, you can't score.
Why we can't score? So it was nice to see the style of play from both teams, SuperSport, Mamelodi Sundowns. But footballing brains, if a player so young can do so well at such a young age, then how coach? So I was so shocked. Coach,
one thing that Orapeleng touched on is the movement of players. One game you see them playing one position, next game they play the next. Development football, how we develop players. How then do we encourage coaches to not say that this child wants to be a defender, so we must groom them to be a defender?
Well, we go back to a long-term player development program, which is age-specific football. And also youth football is development, right? Yes, when you start, and when we go into 19, we play to win. That's competition.
Grooming you for the next phase.
No, there you have to win. But when we go to 6-9, especially the 6-7, sometimes the boy comes, he says, today I'm the goalkeeper.
You must let him.
Let him.
Yeah.
Let him be the goalkeeper. Because we are aging 6-year-olds, 7-year-olds. Come on, guys. We're supposed to be having fun, right?
Yeah.
We are not all about winning. And by the way, the pitch is almost the size of this. So it has to be so fun. There is nothing else you do between 6 and 9. The main thing on 6 and 9 is fun. And the world is fun. Let them come back, let them play, let them learn the skills, let them juggle the ball, let them learn that. So give them different positions so that they learn. So you can't say a youngster at 6 is a striker. At 6, it's too early.
But then, Coach, then it makes it interesting, because then I'm interested in the characteristics that makes a good development coach.
Principles of coaching, age specific.
Okay.
What do we need for this age group? what are we developing at that age? That's so important. 19, we win. 18, we win.
Okay.
Right? 16 to 18 to 17, 15 to 17, we prepare to win.
Yes.
Right? 15 to 14, understanding of the whole positions and everything. 6 to 9,
Let them play.
just come.
Yeah. Just come.
Come and play, learn to dribble, learn the Messi tricks.
Yes.
Yes, that's the how. Like academically, size, shapes,
Yeah.
colors, ABCDs
Yes.
at grade 1, grade R, right?
Yes.
So why, when you go to football, why you change this thing? Because that's how they learn.
Yes.
The mind is not ready to absorb tactics. The mind is not ready. The body is not ready. Right? So you got to give space and time. There will be those talented ones who will always pop up. You'll always see, oh, this one knows how to turn quicker with the ball and all that. But we have late developers. I was a late developer in football. So I know that I struggled. Okay? And there are other guys who were ahead of me when we were playing, when we were young. But fortunately, I managed to play football in Europe. I managed to play for Bafana. I played for Sundowns. I played for Pirates. So, but they did not. And it's not that they were not good, but it's because somewhere along the way, we forget other factors of performances. And it also depends on the coach. The coach is a teacher is very important at school.
Hence I asked
we
that
can say
question
our
as to
children
what
are not
makes a
good
good
in
coach.
mathematics.
But here's
Maybe
the
the teacher is not good. We teach to make him understand. Yes. Then we say your child is not good in mathematics. No, the child is okay. Maybe the teacher is not penetrating. Make him understand, teaching him easier, simpler. All right? Then your child is still good at school.
Yeah. Well, when it comes to development football, a lot of things that you'll also see is monkey see, monkey do, yeah? And you hear coach talking about the fact that you need to allow the young ones to play. We don't play to win. And that's one thing that you're going to be seeing this weekend. It's going to be Kaizer Chiefs up against SuperSport United. Why Kaizer Chiefs? Why do I say that? Because his son plays for Kaizer Chiefs, but he will be there as a father and not as a coach.
I'm always far away.
Yeah, we've noticed.
Far away.
I'm far away from the bench. I'm far away from everything.
Yeah.
I take my corner.
Can hardly spot you even.
Yeah, I'm just there in the corner there. Remember, I'm a parent.
Yes.
I'm
Yes.
not the coach. I'm a parent.
Yes.
So I must take my role and as a parent, and I must show what is expected of a parent. You will see on the programs that will be rolling out. We have on the manual, we have a program of the role of the coach, the role of the parent. So we're trying to teach the parents to say, can you read a little bit and know what is your role?
Ooh. Responsibility from your end as well. It's not just dropping off the kids. So it goes deeper. That manual is coming, loading. Right? That manual is coming.
Coach, can I have be the first one to have that manual?
Everybody will. It's a manual. It's not a manual for Coach Steve Compella, Coach. No.
It's for the regular person.
No, it's just for it's a youth football manual. It's not the coach. It's not a manual. Maybe some people when they read it, they will say, we know all these things, right? But do we practice them?
Ooh. Ooh.
Hey.
Ooh. Okay.
Wisdom.
A lot. I want us to also, just because we need to close very soon. This weekend, the big one that I say that coach will be in his corner. You won't see him. He will see you. Chiefs, Mamelodi, well, Chiefs and SuperSport United. What are you guys expecting? Also, Chiefs on a rampant. Coach Bamji, under 14s. It's a lot there.
Jeez, under 14, the other battle like to get the Tiro brothers. Remember the other one, please?
Oh,
Chiefs,
yes. Remember the first leg?
Yeah. So that's the other battle. And they both doing well. I mean, we saw go SuperSport, the Tiro go SuperSport. He's working very hard. And the brother go Chiefs leader, he's doing very well. But the interesting one that I'm looking at, the battle Jimmy Jambo le Selekeni Mokhale. Because last season, Jimmy Jambo was a bit struggling, but this season, his guns blazing. Selekedi has always been on top. That's the battle that I'm looking out for.
Under
the
15.
Yeah.
Fireworks. Lips.
Beautiful.
Kgaitsedi ke lebeletse under 17 tiro fan royene o teng kwa ka ratela go SuperSport ke dirile phoso under 17 o lebeletse sentle re bone gore ba tshamekile maleka 1-1 le tlhopa sa Mamelodi Sundowns mme ke lebeletse gore ba batla go boela mo motshamekong ka gone tlhopa tse se popota ntse like just fela ba tswa tshono tsa bone sentle so for me ke lebela ka under 17 ba batla go boela mo motshamekong ke bua ka SuperSport United mme Kaizer Chiefs o ska ba enyatsa ka gone o buile ntse like it's a conveyor belt from under 14 ya kae under 15 under 15 guy under 17 ka jalo for me ke a bona gore kholo e teng Jimmy Jambo ke mona wa passeng kwa under 15 so lalela.
Coach, it's been absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for the work that you
Thanks
do.
for the invite. I'm humbled and I'm a big fan. I support and I watch and amazing job that you guys are doing is exceptional. That we, youth football sometimes we undermine. We're only looking at the highest, the senior football. Let me say it, but we forget that senior comes from the youth.
Yeah. I'll meet you pitch side one day. Somewhere in Africa. Somewhere in Africa. Gents, as you know, love you lots always. To you at home, thank you so much for welcoming us into your home, whether it was in the taxi, whether you were streaming us from the field, wherever it is, we love and appreciate you so much. My name is Itumeleng Khosikgadi. Thank you for allowing us to do what we do best. We do it again next week. Until then, take care.